said he liked the way I play my guitar. He was looking for a similar sound, trying to sell it to the suits in Midtown. And it might be nothing, but it might be something good.
Tres, dos, uno.
We're back, and it's day, I've already lost count.
Siete. Yeah. Okay, back to bourbon today. Kind of a bourbon I'm a little excited about. So this is one I have had before because I was excited when I saw it quasi-locally. I think I bought it in Connecticut on a business trip down there. Annie, can you grab Blade and Bow?
I can. Ooh, I like this bottle.
That's what she said. All right. You can get your glass or just kind of...
Yeah. Sorry.
All right.
Okay, ready.
No. See, like, we talked about this. Like, you do you.
I pour.
I do me.
Yeah.
Talk about the whiskey.
Oh, just talk.
So this comes from Stitzel-Weller.
Stitzel is a funny word. Can't help it.
We'll just sit here and wait till you're done.
No.
What's so funny about Stitzel?
No, tonight it's funny.
So the Weller Distillery, formerly known as Stitzel, get bigger pores when she laughs. So Stitzel-Weller, for those of you who may have heard of famous bourbons like Pappy Van Winkle, Weller 12-year-old. So Stitzel and Weller, thanks for laughing at Mr. Stitzel.
Sorry, Mr. Stitzel.
We're pioneers in the bourbon world. Obviously, Anne finds that hilarious.
No. I don't know.
All right.
I've only had one.
Okay, so Mr. Stitzel and Mr. Weller. So started a bourbon distillery in, I think, Louisville. Fun town. You know, we haven't been there in a long time, but anyways, in 1935, and I think the distillery stayed in their hands until 1992. Brown Foreman or somebody bought it. Can't keep all that straight. At a certain point, it became Bullet and et cetera, et cetera. But anyways, the people who pump this out now, Stitzel-Weller, bought the distillery, and so they had a bunch of old stock. So stuff that became Pappy, stuff that became Weller 12. And what they decided to do, which is kind of cool, was they used the soleara model. So a soleara model is Spanish by design, and you take, I think it's 5 different barrels, but basically you have a continual flow of your liquid. So they do it with wine, and I think some ports, where if you think about it, you pour your newest stuff in the top, and as you empty from your bottom, which is your oldest stuff, it just kind of works its way down. So there's that constant like commingling, and aging. So theoretically, you could have 20-year-old whiskey in this bottle as it kind of works its way through the like the hand movements there.
I do.
I feel like
it's like don't we have that little barrel that you put stuff in?
Yeah.
But
this one's 45.5 horsepower. It'll run you anywhere between $45 and $55. Got lots of fiddly bits on it. Unique thing with the fiddly bit here. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest. First time I saw this, I'm like, cool, man, Blade and Bow. And it's probably like my second or third bottle before I realized it might have something to do with the key and not like a blade and a bow. Oh. So on a key, you have your blade and you have your bow.
Oh.
See? We're all learning today.
Stuff. Wow.
Yeah, and much like those of you who know Blanton's with the little horses on the top, each one has a different letter that spells Blanton's. So Stitzel-Weller and Blade and Bow, there's a number on the front end of the blade, 1 through 5, and if you collect all 5, take a picture and send it to them, sign up on their website, you become, part of their super secret community that they'll email probably bunch of marketing stuff to you. But anyways, Annie, what do you get on the nose?
My first was caramel.
Really?
Yeah.
Like I'm all fruit. It's like,
Well,
yeah, I am all fruit.
I'm caramel, and then I'm
Fruity
like
Lucy?
a little grape, but
No,
almost
I'm like dried
berry.
apricot.
Oh.
Apricot, caramel. And like
know.
banana, like bananas Foster.
That's the
Really light.
the caramel. It
All right.
is light.
Okay.
No burn when you smell it.
Yeah, light, fruity.
Yep.
Not a big apricot guy, but I can taste the apricot. What is the right way to say that?
Either way is
Like-
acceptable.
It's like tomato or tomato.
Tomato or tomato or tomato.
Okay. Potato,
Yep.
potato.
Yep.
How about like what's that? There's like a dry huskiness to it.
Mm-hmm. But it's very I don't want to say very, but it's the mouth is very soft. The
Yeah.
mouth feel, I feel. Not super oily, but
Like granola.
mm-hmm.
It's kind of like you can have Tourette's with whiskey. Like you just blurt out what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Dry, kind of. It's
Would
got
you-
a spicy finish.
It
to
does, yeah. I almost want to say
Wow, the nose on that it's really popping the dried fruits.
I get a little cereal though
Yeah. I
at
see
the
that.
end.
You know, I think this is like the second or third whiskey in a row where you haven't gotten any wood.
No, sorry.
You okay? You haven't gotten wood in a while.
It's doesn't have the smell, so
Oh,
can't
it's,
say.
it's the smell that makes you want to have the wood.
Stop, you stop.
No, so I think it's a good sipping bourbon. I don't know that I would mix it with anything.
No.
I don't think it'd
I
make
don't
a good
know.
old fashioned. I think it's too
No?
light. I don't think it would hold up to. I think
We'll
it's
we'll have
light,
to try that and see.
light and sweet already.
Yeah. Vanilla. Get some vanilla.
Did I say how much it cost? $45, $55, somewhere in there.
But you got a key too.
Blade and bow. You get a blade and a bow.
Yeah.
Fiddly bits.
Yep.
All right, and anything else with this one?
No.
Again, I feel like we're talking really fast.
Well, because we don't want to take up too much of the people's time.
No, we don't. We don't.
If we talk and talk and talk, then
yeah.
would you like help with that?
No. Don't touch
But
my
that's
fiddly
not
bits.
that's not
All right, go
how it
ahead.
was on there.
Go ahead, touch my fiddly bits. So we're going to do, I'd like to do this shout out to Mr. Stitzel.
Mr. Stitzel.
Yeah, because Stitzel. Weller. Stizel-Weller.
Yeah.
But we're going to do a shout out to a very old and dear friend of mine that, you know, when I think of the concept of this whiskey goes back to the 1930s with really, you know, the old fashioned or throwback people in the bourbon scene.
Yeah.
You know, I think of classic and I think of, you know, just that genuine type of person or bourbon. So I'm gonna go with my my buddy Terry,
Oh.
who got a whiskey calendar this year. So those of you
Nice.
who may know Terry, Riley's uncle Terry, who was an Army buddy of mine.
Yep.
Next year's retiring after, what was that, 1994? Do the math for me, Ann. If he retires in 2021.
You do it.
27 years of service to our country.
Uncle Terry.
The vast majority of it as a Green Beret wearing snake eater in the Special Forces. But those of you who know Terry, think it's harder to find a more old-fashioned throwback
Gentleman.
gentleman,
Southern gentleman.
Southern gentleman kind of guy. So, Terry, we're glad to have you around this year. Hope you're enjoying it. Hope you enjoy this one. And Annie, you're up.
All right. May your heart stay young. The whiskey. What?
I just looked at you.
Oh.
See, I can stop women in their tracks.
Yeah.
It's just a
No,
look.
just this one.
Here comes.
All right.
Here comes the
All right,
smolder.
Stop. All right. May your heart stay young.
Should I break out blue steel?
The whiskey be old. The cork loose. And your adventures bold.
All right, we've got some guests starting tomorrow for the next couple days, so I will be out.
Oh.
So I hope you're not too bored, but see you next time.